Let's talk about adaptive authentication. Adaptive authentication is one of these topics within identity and access management, which I believe are the most important ones and the ones which have the biggest potential of future growth. So we need it. And latest in these days, I think it became apparent to everyone that we need, for instance, multi-factor authentication, which forms one part of adaptive authentication. So adaptive authentication, in our definition, consists of two parts. The one part is adaptiveness regarding the way we authenticate, regarding all these authentication factors, from traditional username password to biometrics to tokens to whatever else. So being adaptive, being flexible, being able to change the authenticator, to combine authenticators, to have a maximum in flexibility, and also to be able to implement new ones once they come to the market. Because who of us knows which will be the hype device in whatever 2 or 3 years from now? We don't know, but we need to support it in authentication. The other part of adaptiveness is regarding the level of authentication. So we have, on one hand, we have the risk of the information we try to access or the transaction we want to do. On the other hand, we have the risk which comes from the context of where the user is acting in. So it's this risk and context-based part, which means we need to be able to adjust the level of authentication if you want to do a high-volume financial transaction using an insecure device you've never used before, being in a place where you never have been before. The risk rating will be different, and you might be required to use a higher level of interaction, of authentication. And so it's about combining, it's about step-up authentication. And with an adaptive authentication, all these various technologies, such as strong authentication, multi-factor authentication, risk and context-based authentication, come to a combined solution. It is the big picture of all these things, and we need to support it. And interestingly, it's also clear to see that there's a trend of adaptive authentication flowing into other industries. So at the beginning, it was primarily financial industries, online payments, credit card transactions, where it has been used. Right now, we see it becoming more and more popular in other industries, and I strongly believe that of all these various topics we have in security and identity, adaptive authentication is one of the most important topics to look at and to invest in. Thank you.